good morning everyone. Today let's discuss or decode the polity syllabus for the upcoming prelims test series. Okay. So the syllabus overall looks like state executive, judiciary, local bodies, union territories, scheduled and tribal areas, constitutional and non-constitutional bodies, anti-defection laws as well as elections. And the remaining part, that is parliament or fundamental rights or DPSP or federalism, likewise those three subjects we covered under our test number 1 regarding Indian polity. And here the remaining portions like this will be part of our major questions, okay, in the upcoming prelims test series. Fine. So regarding state executives, we must learn in detail the role of governor, his various powers, that is his executive powers or legislative powers or judicial powers or financial powers, likewise the various powers of the governor of the states. Similarly, the appointment procedure, how the governor is being appointed. Is it appointment or is it election? If it is appointment, why we do not follow the election mechanism? Also the qualifications required to be appointed as a governor of a states and his various veto powers or his ordinance making powers and the role of governor under Indian constitution. That means we have to compare the role of the governor with that to the President of India. See, President is the head of the Indian Union, right? Similarly, governor is the head of a state. They are the constitutional heads of respective governments. So, but there are some difference between the role of President as well as the governor of states. So, please analyze this role with respect to prelims as well as from mains point of view as well. Clear? So, in this detailed aspect, you must complete the role of the governor. Because from these areas, in prelims, questions may be asked. That is role of the governor with respect to state legislature, or role of the governor with respect to the chief minister, or of the governor with respect to the administrator of the state. Likewise, these various roles of governor you must learn in detail. Also, this also includes chief minister as well as his or her council of ministers. See, there is CM for every state, right? Similar to the PM of India, we are having CM for every state. So, what's the role of the CM under Indian constitution? So, please compare the role of PM with that of CM. Clear? As well as council of ministers. The importance of council of ministers under our parliamentary democracy or our parliamentary form of government. Why? Because in this parliamentary government mechanism, this council of ministers are collectively responsible to the legislature. So, the underlying concept of the council of ministers, its composition, like see cabinet ministers, then deputy ministers and minister of state. Likewise, this composition of the council of ministers is also important from our prelims perspective and their roles attached to each and every ministers. That is, what's the role of cabinet minister, what's the role of cabinet minister, or what's the role of minister of state, what's the role of deputy minister, or what's the role of parliamentary secretaries. So, in this perspective also, you must analyze all these things in detail because in those areas in prelims the questions may be asked. Clear? Then comes under state executive, advocate general. Who is advocate general? The legal advisor or the government law advisor to the government of a state. Because this officer represents the states in legal matters. In matters regarding any cases of any respective state government, or he also gives opinion on legal matters to the respective state government or other duties assigned by the governor of that respective state. So, similar to this attorney general at the center. See, we are having attorney general at the center. So, the thing is that when you learn these topics, you must know their constitutional provisions. On what constitutional provision they are appointed or the duties are being conferred on them. Also, their functions as well as limitations. So, these are things you must learn from prelims perspective. Mainly, their constitutional role, regarding their appointment, regarding their functions, regarding their eligibilities as well as their limitations. Because from these areas only, UPSC asks questions in your prelims examination. This is all regarding our state executive. So, I repeat once again. So, here you will be learning the role of governor, role of chief minister, role of council of ministers, as well as the role of advocate general under our Indian constitutional setup. Clear? Next, the most important topic is judiciary. Hope you know we are having single system of courts, right? In that single system, we are having Supreme Court at the top, below which we are having high courts, below which we are having various subordinate courts. So thing is that here you must learn in detail the various roles or jurisdiction of the Supreme Court of India. Before that, you must know the composition of Supreme Court of India. Also, how judges are being appointed. Hope you know. Currently we follow this collegium system of appointment. So you must detailedly know that what is this collegium system. Or to counter that, we had passed an NJAC or 99 Constitutional Amendment Act. So learn the provisions as well, and also please learn why the Supreme Court of India struck down this amendment as unconstitutional. The thing is that regarding Supreme Court, please learn the appointment, composition, then how they are provided with independence of office. Why? To maintain our federal character, or to maintain or to protect the fundamental rights of citizens, or to protect the constitution, our courts must be independent nature. So how does the constitution ensures this independence to Supreme Court of India? That's very much important. Clear? Then the various jurisdiction of Supreme Court of India, like original jurisdiction, or appellate jurisdiction, or writ jurisdiction, or appeal by special leave, that is special leave petition, or advisory jurisdiction. Clear? Likewise, various powers or the extent of powers of Supreme Court of India is important from our prelims perspective. Same thing regarding High Court as well. How the judges are being appointed, what's the correct mechanism, or how the judges are being removed from office. Similar to Supreme Court of India, how we ensure the independence of various high courts. It's various jurisdictions like original, appellate, writ, or supervisory jurisdiction of our subordinate courts. This is most important you have to learn from this prelims aspect from regarding this judiciary. Nothing but the various jurisdiction of Supreme Court as well as High Court. And what's the role of the Supreme Court and High Court from our integrated system of judicial point of view? Because in USA they are having double system of courts. Clear? So nothing but the USA judiciary is something different when comparing to our Indian judiciary. See, comparison of Indian constitutions. Comparison of Indian constitution with that of other countries is part of our polity syllabus. So when you learn something regarding our Indian constitution, maybe regarding president or vice president or judges or parliament, so and so, if possible, you compare with that of other constitutions. Why? Because in comparison, UPSC may ask some questions either for prelims as well as for mains examinations as well. So please learn the difference between American judiciary as well as Indian judiciary. Clear? In various aspects. Clear? Then regarding subordinate courts, its composition, structure, power over civil matters or power over criminal matters, that things you will learn in detail. Also legal services authorities or log adalats. Why? These are alternate dispute redressal mechanisms. See the term alternate dispute redressal mechanism. Alternate dispute redressal mechanism is part of our UPSC syllabus. So apart from judiciary or outside the judiciary, how we can solve certain kind of disputes or issues, that's a part of our syllabus. Among that comes this legal service authorities or local, something comes under this respective topic. So please learn that also from your prelims point of view. Clear? That's regarding our judicial setup. Apart from that, please update current events regarding judiciary. Why? In the sense, there are a lot of concepts that are coming regarding this judiciary. Say example, hope you might have heard regarding judicial activism or judicial overreach or judicial pessimism or judicial majoritarianism, or you might have learned about curative petition. Likewise, many things are happening in your country regarding this various aspects of our judiciary. So since these are regarding current affairs portions, UPSC may ask in our prelims examinations as well. So please cover all these things also in detail. Clear? Then regarding local bodies, that's nothing but our panchayats, municipalities or our cooperative societies. its composition or constitutional provision, how they are being constituted, or how it may vary from state to state, or what's the role regarding the 11th schedule or 12th schedule, or various lists or entries under this 11th as well as 12th schedules, what's the role of election commission, or what's the role of other various bodies in this matter, please update in detail. Then regarding our union territories, so you know that we are having currently 8 duties, right? So even though we are having 8 duties, not all are uniform or administered in the same manner. Why? Because 3 are having legislatures and 5 is not having legislatures. So the administrative setup differ from UTs to UTs. So please learn all these things in detail regarding its role under Indian Constitution or role of president regarding the UTs, and especially you learn the case of Delhi. Why? Because this is the National Capital Territory of Delhi. It was renamed in such a manner. And regarding Delhi, there are a lot of issues happening recently between the Lieutenant Governor as well as the elected government of Delhi. So regarding those kind of issues, you learn the underlying concept behind the cause of such issues or reasons behind those issues, or the constitutional provisions regarding those issues, or the statutory provisions regarding those issues. Because recently the acts of the parliament take away some of the powers of the elected government of Delhi and given it to the Lieutenant Governor. So please update those acts as well from your prelims point of view. Fine. Then scheduled as well as tribal areas. Nothing but our 5th schedule and 6th schedule. So what's the, or how the president can constitute a scheduled area, or how the president can constitute a tribal areas. Its role or its administrative mechanisms, or difference between a scheduled area as well as a tribal area. See what's the major difference here? Because in these regions, we can constitute a tribes advisory council. Tribes advisory council. But here we can constitute autonomous regions. Clear? That means these regions or these districts may enjoy certain kind of autonomy. That shows that these regions even have the power to make laws. That is, this autonomous district council have law making, nothing but called legislative power. They also are having judicial power, nothing but through the village council. So please learn the differences between this tribes advisory council, its composition, as well as autonomous district council, also its composition, their role with respect to the administrative mechanism. Fine. Then the most importantly, the constitutional and non-constitutional bodies. See, under our constitution, we are having various kind of institutions to look into specific matters. Say example, Election Commission of India, or Office of Comptroller and Auditor General, or Finance Commission, or UPSC, or State PSC, or GST Council, or National Commission for Scheduled Caste, or National Commission for Scheduled. Likewise, many bodies are directly established by the Constitution. So regarding those bodies, you must know in detail about the various dimensions regarding those offices. Say example, its constitutional provision, that is on the basis of which provision that is being established, or its appointment, who appoints those members, or its composition, how many members are there inside that respective institution, or its qualification, who can be qualified to be member of that respective organization, or it's whether they are eligible for reappointment or not, or how we are ensuring their independence of office, or how the removal mechanism is prescribed in the Constitution, or who can remove them from office, and most importantly, their functions as well as their limitations. Also their security of tenure. So these are the things you must learn from this various constitutional and non-constitutional bodies. Say example, if you are learning Election Commission of India, please learn what's its constitutional provision, or based on which article of the Constitution that institution is being established, or its composition, how many members are there in the Election Commission, or who appoints them, their qualification, whether they are eligible for reappointment, or their independence, or how they are being removed, or the grounds for the removal of election commissioners. Clear? or how many terms of office for them, or most important the function as well as limitations. From these various dimensions, you please learn Election Commission or CAG or Finance Commission or UPSC or State PSC or GST Council or NCSC Commission or NCST or NCBC likewise. From these areas only UPSC frames question. Similarly, you also learn non-constitutional bodies like National Human Rights Commission or State Human Rights Commission or Central Information Commission or State Information Commission or likewise National Commission for Women or National Commission for Women, likewise various statutory bodies from the above mentioned dimensions like composition or procedure of removal or independence, so on and so. Please cover these aspects as well. Fine. Then regarding anti-defection law, this is very much learned from our current affairs part because of multiple issues or because of the multiple states the MLAs or MLs are being defecting to various political parties, or they because of their defection the stability of the government may be affected in multiple states. So this is very much relevant from current events or current affairs point of view. So here the things you have to learn is that the provisions regarding this disqualification of members based on anti-defection law, nothing but our 10th schedule. Also, apart from provisions, please also learn the exemptions provided to the members from being disqualified. That is, in the case of merger or in the case of a member elected to the office of presiding officer. These exceptions are somewhat from our prelims perspective. Then the role of speaker or the chairman in this regard regarding disqualification matters. Clear? Also its various loopholes. How the members are bypassing the provisions of this anti-defection law. Then if there are some issues, you must have some suitable suggestions as well from mains point of view. But here you may note on the provisions, exceptions, the role of speaker and how they are misusing the provisions of this anti-defection law. Also the role of judiciary in this regard. To what extent the court can interfere in the actions of the presiding officer of various houses of the legislature. Fine. Then regarding elections. So in elections, see, the coming months we will be facing general election. So this is a current event. So we can expect a question from this topic from in our prelims point of view as well. So thing is that regarding elections, you must know the election machinery. How the elections are being conducted across various parts of our country. Also, electoral laws like Representation of People's Act 1950 and 1951, its provisions. Then regarding our political parties, who recognize them as national party, state party, that means nothing but our Election Commission of India. So you must know the role of Election Commission of India regarding these political parties, its recognition and how they are allotting symbols. Also learn about the model code of conduct. Also learn about various electoral reforms proposed by various committees appointed by the government. Clear? Because this area, since we are going to face elections this coming year, coming within few months, from these areas UPSC may ask questions from prelims point of view as well. This is all regarding our syllabus for the coming prelims test series.